whole point. Go live whenever. But wasn't that the whole point of the green room was to capture our conversation when we talk?
Yeah, like but we don't normally. We normally don't. So Adrienne just said, I'm just pushing a change out, to prod live right now. To
untested. It was one line. It was one line. I just need to get it out there. I didn't run it locally. I didn't test it in our test environment. Just kidding. We don't have one. And it should work. It was a small little change.
Okay. And I love that she did it like right before the show, right before she's going to send out notifications that we're live. This is hilarious. I should make sure that we're live on all the other things. We are now streaming to Retake and Pine Tree as well. So looks like we are live right now. So hello, Retake friends. Oops, there I heard it. So GM over on Retake, that's working. And let's check Pine Tree. So we're trying to do all the things that are in mini apps. Looks like we are also live on Pine Tree. So yay. I'm pulling all these up. I'm going to try to check in on the chats, but I'm going to tell you right now, it's really hard. So bear with us. I think it's going live. Cannot load video. Uh-oh. Pine Tree might be having issues. Or it might just be me. Hold on. Let me just see. Nope, it's good. It's good. All right. Everybody's live. Adrienne, we've got a massive day today. We have so many things going on. We're going to do some news at the top, and we've got some big news. Like we've got some things to chat about. And then we are going to have Tiago joining us to talk about a new Farcaster client called Bondes. And then later today, we have a cast out edition of the show. So there's a lot happening. So let's get this party started, and we'll be back on the other side of this 40 seconds. Welcome to GM Farcaster, bringing you everything from breaking news to spicy memes to the deep lore shaping this vibrant digital community. More than just a show, GM Farcaster is your digital third space where the community connects, the stories unfold, and the culture thrives. Whether you're a daily caster or just dropping by, we've got the latest buzz to keep you plugged in. So grab your coffee and let's dive in with your hosts, Prof and Adrienne, for another episode of GM Farcaster. GM Farcaster. It is Wednesday, November 5th, and you are here with Prof and Adrienne for 29 minutes of Farcaster news to start your day, plus an interview with Tiago, our friend Tiago, to chat about new client called Bondes, new Farcaster client. And if you are watching over on Twitter, please give us a retweet and share that because I think it's doing that thing. Sometimes it alerts people when we're live and sometimes it doesn't. And it did not this time. So just give that a little retweet or a little recast if you're watching in the mini app. We'd love that. So we want to get a few more folks in here before Tiago jumps on. And we've got some news. We've got some things happening. Big news day. Not the news you guys think. Just, if you're new here and you're expecting like political news, you're going to be very disappointed. So we don't do that. I know that's the big news of today. We're not doing that. We stick to the really big news, which is no fee November. So no fee November on Farcaster right now. So if you are not already on Farcaster, you should definitely jump on. And even if you are, you now have no fees for anything you're doing in the wallet. And if you are not already on Farcaster, I'm going to pop that QR code up for a minute. Come join us. It's fun over there. And so this is from DWR, introducing no fee November. For the rest of the month, everyone on Farcaster will have 0% wallet fees when swapping. Works for swaps on Base, Solana, BSC, and more. And more is interesting. Well, there's also like Monad, CeeLo, I forget what else is built in right now. Stop paying close to 1% to other wallets. It adds up. So very exciting. Great to see. And then we have this from DWR, trying something new with rewards, 1 million paid out over last year. So he was quote-casting V, talking about, oops, I'll go back here. Farcaster rewards are changing. Tomorrow will be the last day, which was yesterday, for current version of creator rewards. No reward November, no fee November, exactly. This experiment started a year ago and has paid out 1 million plus to creators who casted on Farcaster. While this has had some success, it is not aligned with our new direction. We'll be launching a new experiment soon. Let me see if I can get the rest of that to come up. There we go. To replace the current program. A big thank you to everyone who has participated in the Creator Rewards program for the last year. So to me, I was not in the least bit surprised. Were you?
No. I kind of expected it.
Yeah.
Actually, I was surprised it lasted as long as it did.
True.
Because when they started the rewards, which has it been a year? I guess it had been. They went through several iterations.
They had like the weekly rewards first that were $5 a week. And then they went into, but I thought that started in December. So I don't know if it's been quite a year. Might be like 11 months, something like that. But yeah, and then switched it to this new version.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's been fun, but I didn't really feel like it was leading to growth.
Correct.
Necessarily. And that's the point of the experiment. And so it's not a surprise.
I think it helped with growth, but it may not have driven the actual numbers that you want to see.
Fine.
I don't know if it drove like DAU, you know what I mean? You don't know what it's actually driving. So was it QDAO? The Q might have been missing on some of those, but it was fun. I enjoyed rewards. I think it was fun. I would love to keep the leaderboard, even if there were no rewards attached, because I do think there was fun to be had in that. If you, especially if you were a little less worried about the monetary aspect of it. So, and that would kind of weed out some, farmers and things like that too. So anyway, there's been a lot of feelings on the timeline about this. And, I think everyone should just keep one thing in mind is like, they don't have to give you their money. Like it wasn't anything required. So thank you. And that's that. So, but for the last leaderboard, for the last time, we have Brad Q's rewards leaderboard results. A bit nostalgic for this last one. I've done it every week since the first one. You'd think it would be fitting for Bertwurst, number 2, to be number 1, but actually that little dog with big feelings would be the first to want Say Angel to take the final top spot, even though he made Bert's Warplet a traumatized gopher. That's funny. Warplet Mania 2 weeks in a row. Also fitting, we have some stalwarts represented. Keckers early on had a run of 11s and 12s, but became a top 10 regular and takes number 3. Moon Poppy at number 5. Ted at number 7 were needed in the final top 10. 2 first-timers in the top 10 with promising careers for future runs at top spot. Frank the Gods number 4 and Eggman number 6. I'm just going to say there were efforts behind the scenes to make sure the top 3 was well represented, and I'll just leave it at that. Chris co-created, rode the Warplet craze to an all-time high number 11 with his WeCast Warplets community piece, still minting, FYI, and fitting that Nana gets one last tuition payment, slipping into the top 30 this morning. Meme coveted 69 goes to Kagami. Congratulations, Kagami. On the last week of the World Series to our baseball savants. It's been a fun ride. No more first-timers or new tiers achieved, so let's wait and see what's next. So, yeah, that's that. There's your final top 10 there.
Bravo. Good job. Good game, everyone.
Good game, everybody. Carry on. Bertwurst did a little memories thing, which was really cute. Thank you, Farcaster Rewards. So that was really fun to see that, and all different thank yous going out there. So really fun. Oops, where did this go? Why am I having problems right now? Let's bring up this one.
It's not you.
Is it me? This from Say Angel, a very pleasant surprise to close out the Farcaster Rewards chapter on top, up there with some Farcaster goats. Come on. Why are you being difficult? And this one's being difficult too. Hold on. Oh, there we go. What are they going to complain about now that the leaderboard is over? I'm like, the new leaderboard, of course. Like, there will be a new leaderboard of some sort, and it will be complained about. So just wait. Similar vibes from Derek, watching folks celebrate the death of creator rewards, knowing that whatever is next will also lead to outrage. Very, very true. It's been really fun to like see this whole thing. This was a larger post from Brad Q, GM on the final Creator Awards Tuesday. I was joking around last night about being fired, and that was really funny. But on a serious note, the rewards is what turned me from a casual Farcaster to a committed user and made FC my home. So a genuine thanks to DWR and V and the team for doing this. I was amazed that a social network would pay us to provide valuable content, true blockchain use case. I also won't forget some of the things that happened because of these rewards. Nana paid for her tuition with it. Numerous crowdfund were successful because of it. That's true. Tipping Tuesday allowed us to show tangible support to each other because of it. Bertwurst used his first big payday for a car seat and later Farcon stickers, and more importantly, led the way on supporting crowdfunds because of it. People said they paid rent, paid for therapy, and hundreds of others that we don't even know about. Hundreds, maybe thousands of people made their first dollar here, and maybe on the internet because of it, maybe first on-chain dollar. I assume we are headed toward trading, which is understandable given the focus, but that would leave many of us creators out of rewards. So wanted to preserve this thanks and remind of what rewards did for this community. Time to refocus. I'm not going anywhere. And this was the original post, which was really funny, with Warblet saying I just got fired, quote casting the end of the rewards. So funny. So yeah, and I think that sums it up for me too. It's like, this has been fun. I appreciate what it did sort of for the social economy of it all, which I don't know where that hat is. It's over there somewhere. Because I always just would end up putting most of it back into something else, like buying something, tipping people. It didn't sit in my, it didn't make its way into my bank account. I'll just put it that way, which may be a problem when it comes to tax time, but okay, we'll worry about that later. So for me, it always went back into other things. It went into, either buying coins, buying people's various project coins, creator coins, all that kind of thing. So it circled back in is what I'm trying to say. And I think that was the case for a lot of folks, like not just me. I paid for a candle one time for it with it, all kinds of fun things. Yeah. Yeah. Paid for some minted merch. Oh, speaking of minted merch.
Nice. Yeah.
A little bit more later. Yeah. And hats. I do see Tiago down there. He's a little bit early. We're going to finish up our news and then bring him on up. Maybe get his take on this. So this has been a lot of fun, and I think it's interesting to see what comes next. This is from TLDR, my Farcaster 2.0 thesis. The best way for Farcaster 1, social feed, to become Farcaster 2, social wallet, is not for us to be more like wallet users. It's to stay exactly how we are. Build stuff, use stuff, have fun, listen, learn, yap. These are what other wallets are lacking, so they'll make FC Wallet richer. And I agree with this sentiment. I think that's the case because I think I said this to you when we were after the show yesterday. Like I don't go hang out on MetaMask.
Yeah.
Like that's a very transactional thing. I use it and then that's it. I don't touch it again. It's a 2-second use. And that's it. Do I check it? Yeah, but I also, don't hang out in my bank account's website unless I need something. So this is different than a typical wallet, and it's going to be interesting to see how that gets supported in this next iteration. Speaking of wallets, this is a PSA from V. Do not import your Farcaster wallet into BitGet wallet. BitGet automatically upgrades your wallet, which prevents it from working in wallets like ours. It is possible to undo this, but it is not easy for most users to do it. The end result is that your wallet will stop working in Farcaster if you do this. If you want to back up your FC wallet seed phrase into another wallet, consider Rainbow instead. So there you go. So don't do that. This should really be in the don't do this channel.
Don't do this channel.
Yeah, in the don't do this channel. Why do I keep messing this up? Couple things happening at DevConnect. Here's another opportunity to hang with some Farcaster folks from Limone. Farcaster meetup at DevConnect on November 20th, 6 p.m. I am in Patagonia, so I'm slowly approving people. If you are active around here, you will 100% be approved. Also, we're looking for co-hosts that are willing to help us covering costs, contributing with 500 to 1K. DM me in case you want to support. So there you go. Do we have enough time to get a purple prop in? We might. I'll have to reach out to him and see if he wants to do that. This is just funny. I just have a couple funny things. TLDR said, do with this information if you will. If you look closely, this says Jesus and 37 others liked your cast. So, and I was like, Jesus and 37 others sounds like a great band name or something. Like, I feel like something should be done with that, and I don't know what. But I found that very funny. This is from Anushka Balaji-ish. She was talking to one of their I'm assuming ChatGPT or something. Would you like to sound more philosophical, Balaji-ish, or more shitposty? CT humor. So Balaji-ish is now a term you can use with ChatGPT. There you go. Good to know. Oops. I don't know what this one was, but I'm having a problem with Brad's today. I don't know why. It's like just Brad. It's giving me issues. All right. Well, let me put that aside for a moment. Let me pull up. I've got a couple more quick things. Oh, there it is. Now it came up. This is what it was. Of course. We got to shout this out. We shouted this out yesterday on the Cast Out show, but it was Bertwurst's first birthday yesterday. And this is from Brad Q. Who knew that one of the best use cases for blockchain and sufficiently decentralized social would be to share your dog with the world? A special happy birthday to our bestest boy, Bert, from me and Mama Q. You bring us and many others joy and smiles and make this crazy new little world more sane and fun. So there you go. I'm not going to continue on, but there you go. And it was fun to see all the Bert love yesterday on the timeline. We love the Bert. I love Bert. He's so cute. Makes my day. That was my concern about the rewards going away. I'm like, there better not be less Bert on my timeline. Is all I can say about that. Like, no less Bert. Can't do it.
No less Bert.
No less.
You're not accusing Bert of being a rewards leaderboard engagement farmer, are you?
I am not at all suggesting anything of the sort. But also, I didn't want him to be, I don't know, that dog. He's busy. He might get lots of brand deals. Who knows? All kinds of other things might be happening. I'm looking for my thing with builders. So I had a few builder things. We also have some Clanker news that I need to bring up. So just waiting for these things to load. Come on. As well as some builder news. Did you notice a lot of pigeons on the timeline in the past 48 hours by chance?
I noticed
your pigeon OG?
Okay. Did I mint my pigeon OG? Guess. Okay, there's a poly market.
She did not.
Did Adrienne
I would guess no.
A pigeon OG? Of course not.
It's a ponder poll. That's funny. That's so let me bring that up so you know what the heck we're talking about. This is from our friend Dutch, Farcaster admin. So the Warplet NFTs got botted to oblivion, and I kind of need a way to distinguish real users from spammers for cough, future reasons. Introducing Pigeon Trade OG NFTs. Only the top of the crop can mint it for free. Requirements: FID less than 200,000, at least $10 in Pigeon Trade account. Let me talk about that in a second. Farcaster Pro subscription. To mint, simply cast Pigeon Trade mint my OG NFT. This feature only works in the Farcaster feed. This NFT is how we commemorate and distinguish the real OGs for Pigeon for reasons. Okay, so if you were not familiar with Dutch, he is a very interesting dev who does a lot of interesting experiments. He is responsible for the amount of eggs that you may have seen on your timeline and various approaches to that. This Pigeon Trade is a trading bot, from what I understand. Everyone may be familiar with Banker. I believe it's in that same vein. And this was a way of getting your Pigeon Trade wallet funded. And I think it was a very creative way to do it. I was willing to work for it. I knew Adrienne was definitely not going to be, but it was a little tricky because you needed to get funds into your wallet. There was a link. I'm like, I'm not using that link. I want to send it in. So I had to find I had to ask the bot for the address so I could send some funds in there. And then I sent like 1 penny too less because of swap and stuff like that. So send yourself $11, not 10, and you'll be fine. So I did do this, but I knew you wouldn't. And I don't blame you.
Dutch did do a lightning talk at Farcaster Dev Day, and he introduced
awesome.
Pigeon, and the talk was wonderful, and I'm happy for him and all the Pigeon users out there.
And what did he give you any other additional insights about Pigeon that I may have left off there?
It's available everywhere.
Okay.
So it's on Telegram and everywhere. And everywhere.
Everywhere you find your pigeons.
Yes. And it's got a lofty vision, I think, for kind of being your AI trader.
Okay.
And has access to, I think, like all the tokens on all the chains. And
okay. So cross chain. All right.
Mm-hmm.
Interesting. More to come, I'm sure. More to come. This from our friend TLDR regarding Brachy. FYI, one of Brachy's on-chain providers is having known issues, and it means that sometimes Brachy app's display of your balance will jump up or down to previous value. Things to know: everything on chain and in your trade activity is actually correct. You can check this by putting your Brachy wallet address into Basescan. Issue is usually cleared by refreshing. We can't control this issue ourselves. Thank you for your patience as we work through this. So that was interesting to see. This from our friend Jake. Maybe. New QR is now live on World app as one of the most popular mini apps on Farcaster. We are thrilled to make QR available to millions of verified humans on World. Get this QR mini app now and open it daily to discover something new on chain and earn a little bit of crypto. And also, I asked in one of the replies, is this a separate auction? He said, no, it's one auction, but now you have a much larger audience who will see that if you win. So very cool.
Cool.
And then let me go back to this. This was great. Good lens for finding a co-founder. A relationship is a very long conversation. Abraham appreciation post regarding this. And I loved this, but also what I really loved, and the reason I pulled this up, was this question from Samantha. How did you and Abraham meet? This is the Splits co-founders. Through a mutual friends, Settlers of Catan game in South San Francisco. I love them so much. So now we got to put together a game because, oh my God, that just made my day.
I am still planning on eventually doing a Farcaster Founders Newlywed game.
We're getting them on.
And I do have Will and Abram on my list.
They have to be. They have to be. Yeah. It'll be so fun. Couple things about Clanker, and then we're going to shift over to chatting with Tiago. Clanker update from DWR. Overall, we acquired 1,891 Clanker today. This from 1224 Clanker purchased for 88,000 using 1/3 of Clanker protocol fees, 666 Clanker earned in kind from LP fees. We now own 8,115 Clanker. This is the Merkle team, Farcaster team. A reminder, claims buys will continue to be irregular for the next couple of weeks. We're working to automate the process. And then there was a bigger thing. We had a Clanker pre-sales release. This is Clanker SDK v4.2.2, where you'll be able to do a pre-sale before you launch a token. So this is something sometimes people do very haphazardly anyway. We saw, not haphazardly, that's not the right word, but sort of off book, if you will, like not as part of the platform. We saw this with Sky. It was a good example of launching a Clanker and doing a pre-sale. So Clanker pre-sales set a minimum or maximum amount to be raised, deploy anytime in between. ETH raised is claimable by pre-sale creator, supports base and ETH mainnet. Deployment UI and pre-sale pages will be available through clanker.world. Currently, only allow listed addresses are able to deploy a pre-sale. Please reach out or reply if you're interested in launching a pre-sale. But you can check out the SDK code as well if you are so inclined. So there you go. If you are interested in helping with that or wanting to use that feature, go reach out to them. This from Perp from the haberdashery. Snapshot date will be announced soon. Airdrop will be carried out via Clanker airdrop mechanism. Airdrop details in paragraph post and in comments of OP post. This is for the haberdasheries. They're going to be doing a launch of $HAB token, and it's coming the week of November 9th. They're using Quotient to determine sort of how this airdrop is going to happen. And I know that we're going to have on the Quotient team of Ruminations, and Jeff Goldberg are going to be on with us next. Is it next Monday or the Monday after? Monday after. I think it's
week after Monday.
The 17th. Yeah. So we can ask a few more questions about that then in terms of how that's all working and determining what's what, because I saw a list for this particular airdrop and I was like number 10 and I'm like, I don't know how. Okay. Like, great, but why? I don't know. Fantastic though. Thank you. All right. Adrienne, anything else that I forgot?
You did not forget anything.
Okay. Let's bring up Tiago. Yeah. Bringing up our friend Tiago to the stage. Hello, GM. Good morning.
Hello. Good morning. Well, good afternoon for me. Good morning for you.
Good afternoon for you. Thank you for being here with us. Adrienne, you have worked with Tiago on some stuff before, right? So
we sure did.
Talk about that real quick.
Tiago McBain and I did the Farcon hackathon together.
That's right. Yeah.
In New York, and we had a fabulous time. And Tiago was the brains behind.
He was the brains of the operation.
I was the I don't know. I was the personality hire and
personality hire.
Not at all.
She's a good personality hire. I gotta say, highly recommend if you need a personality hire.
I think Adrienne ended up coding most of the stuff, so I think she's the brains behind it all.
That's because I wanted to learn. We actually had a fantastic time, and we were like hardcore, kind of the only ones still coding at 9 p.m. They had to kick us out, but we did Coinoroid. This was like before coining was anything. I'm pretty sure we brought upon that meta of actually coining in the feed. Pretty sure. We own that. Waiting for royalties from base. And
he was showing it to Jesse while we were interviewing him at Farcon. She's like getting him to like coin.
Like, look, you can just do this from the feed, and then damn it.
That was awesome.
She did the same thing with Fred Wilson. She was
and Tiago, you built Wyatt. Where you at? And what was before Where You At? What did you do?
So before Where You At, I had another client called Feeds, which is still running. But it was like a tweet deck like client for Farcaster.
Oh, so is that the precursor to Bondes?
That's the precursor to Bondes. Yes, that is
nice.
True. That is true.
Okay, because you sneakily like launched a client, and We thought you were just home having kids this summer and taking some time off, and then like just threw in a fully built out client as if
I tried to. So since Farcon, I've been a little bit out, or at least a little bit more quiet. Here at home, it has not been quiet, but with twins, it's been very interesting. But it's been very fun. But at the same time, I wanted to bring this out. It is not a full featured client, but it has, apart from a lot of the stuff that you both were talking about around tokens and all of that, this is more focused on the social aspect of Farcaster. Both feeds and bonds are. But it basically is a client targeted at teams and brands and whoever wants to use it actually, but so that you can manage multiple accounts. And the goal is to merge a little bit, like you have Typefully for cross-posting across different platforms. I've just released this week also the ability to cross-post to Twitter, and like Threads and another couple of other things is coming. But most importantly is the ability to have the inbound, right? Like I feel like a lot of tools like Typefully are all outbound and allow you to post across multiple places, but you don't have like that feed coming in of like replies, mentions. That I really believe that it should be like the first step towards connecting with like either your customers or your friends or whoever, and not let it come to the point of like getting a support ticket or things like that. So a more proactive approach globally rather than a reactive one.
Cool. So just pulled this up, and I know it's probably more based for mobile. I'm thinking, I'm not sure, but I just wanted to show a little bit of how this is working. So when you go in, you have an inbox rather than a feed. And so it's a little bit different. So what I'm seeing is people who have replied to something on my feed, and then mentions is next. So we have like a few mentions there. Hey, Cat Facts. I see you there, Mikado. Scheduled. I haven't scheduled anything, but I really should, because I could use the heck out of this feature. Drafts and casts. And then people is just users. Is this in general?
Yeah, so the goal is to be able to, if you click, for example, on Varun or then, you're able to add, for example, notes to them, or like their email, their more information about them, so you can centralize all the information about someone in a single place. I don't know if you're able to expand a little bit the screen, but if you are, like, yeah.
Let me see if I can give you
that. Yeah. So you can expand a little bit more on the information about someone. You can see past interactions. I think like that's something that it's been like really useful, at least for me, like being able to see when was the last time that you interacted with someone, and see all the interactions before, so that you get a reminder of like when did you last talk. And also the ability to add to specific groups. So you can group people, like, for example, I don't know, I have groups like, for example, bonds users or feeds users, and being able to do that. Yeah, on-chain is simply a snapshot of like the on-chain activity for that person, or at least their holdings. And
I have a request right now. Can we take out the hyphen?
Oh, yes. Yes, we can. Of course we can.
I can't. I don't know if I can live with that, Tiago. I can't live with that hyphen.
I will do it as we're talking.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Don't do it as we're talking.
You don't have to do it as we're talking.
I told Prof and that I pushed one quick change to our cast out mini app right before we went live. It was literally one line, and I'm like, I'm not testing this. I pushed it. It didn't work, Prof.
That's what you get.
I rolled it back. So embarrassing. Like one line.
This is very cool. I really like this. And then groups would be if you've created a group. So we could create a group on here of whatever. And then is just an easier way to sort of, so it's not necessarily a group chat. It's more of like, okay.
Yeah,
this
group
is very
people
cool
that you want to connect. And then there's also the search views. So if you click on add search view at the top, like below cast, So that is basically what I would call social signal. So you can actually search for keywords, or for example, if you want to search for GM Farcaster and get a feed of everything that is happening, or how many times this was this keyword was mentioned. And you can do a bunch of other operators in there, but if you go below, then you can save it.
And then oops. And wait a minute. I don't know if I can scroll down the way my thing is set right now. Oops. I don't have a scroll for some reason.
Prof, are you logged into GM Farcaster as well?
No, not at the moment.
Okay.
No.
Like in the top. Oh,
there we go. Here's the feed.
Yes.
So that's cool. Very cool.
So every time that there's a mention of GM Farcaster, you'll get Wonder aggregated by the threads. You'll see a small graph of like how the mentions are threading throughout the time, and you're able to basically reply from anyone there. So if you just click on one of those mentions.
What were we doing on October 17th? It was very busy. I don't know what was going on. Was that our 300th? Maybe that was it. That could have been it. That was probably why. Very cool. So if I click on this Battalion, I see the larger, what they actually casted.
Correct.
Cool.
In reply from there. And for example, if you have any notes about this person, it would appear on your right side. So on that last.
So it would tell me like, so I could add a note like active chat, GM Farcaster chatter, like somebody who shows up, something like that. And
it's giving CRM.
Yeah, a little bit. I think it's like I mentioned in the beginning. I feel like there's a lot of tools that allow you to either do outbound or tools that allow you to do inbound, but like mixing the two and having a central point for all the profiles that someone has across different platforms, I think it's really nice. And honestly, I built it for myself, like when I was launching Wyatt's, or even when we were doing Coinroid, it was just like really easy to see everywhere where it was being mentioned, reply to everyone, being able to reply not only from my account, but also like Adrienne was mentioning on the top left. If you click on the top left where it says Knowledge Prof, you can actually add more accounts. So you can either add, for example, GM Farcaster and then invite someone or more people to the team. You can manage.
So this is the team setting down here.
Correct. So the team setting would allow you to share your own account with other people, right?
Okay.
Or if you have signed in when you click on add account to GM Farcaster, then you can add more people to manage that account for you.
Okay.
Do you want to see what it looks like on mine?
Yeah. Let's stop sharing and you can jump in. Let me bring us back here until you get that ready. That is really cool. I have not had a chance to explore it. So you literally were seeing me do that live.
That's great.
I looked at it very quickly once and then just didn't get a chance to really dive in. But I can see this being a daily use for me because the way I normally, you've got a little bit of feedback there, Adrienne. The way I normally use Farcaster is I start with my notifications. So I go in and look for, who's you mentioned, talking or replied to something I said or whatever. So this makes a lot of sense to me. And the other thing is Teams being able to use a single account has been such a challenge. And somebody had just asked me about this. Plants, actually, if you're listening back, you're probably not awake yet, but he had asked for different client, like, is there another client where he could share a brand account? Because he was getting hired as a community manager. And I was like, it's not that without sharing the seed phrase was the thing. And I was like, oh, this is perfect for that, as well as scheduling. I should, there's things that I could really be scheduling in here that would be useful for GM Farcaster. So this is very cool. Adrienne, now you're muted, but I know
I got background. So this is the brand account from GM Farcaster.
Oh, cool.
So you can cast GM Farcaster.
So if we both add it, then that'll be so much easier.
So you can cast from here and, but yeah, in terms of like managing from like especially for brand account, I find it super interesting and easy to use.
Yeah.
And it's the switching between accounts is like so much easier on here versus Farcaster mobile app. Like I have the way I do it, and Prof, I don't know about you, but I have different browsers with different profiles.
Yeah, that's what I do.
Set up so I don't have to keep logging in and out.
I have a separate Chrome profile for GM Farcaster that I use for when I'm using my laptop. And then occasionally I will log in and out of my phone into the different accounts, but you need the seed phrase in order to do that. So if you're sharing that with, if a brand is sharing that with an intern, they're not going to want to do that. So this is perfect for something like this. Like I was thinking the other day, I'm like, I need a cast out intern. This would be the way to do it for sure. So those of you who are playing along in cast out, I'll be looking for an intern next season. Tiago, what have we not looked at, or other features that we should be aware of, or other ways to use this?
Shortcuts, something that for some reason everybody kept asking. So I added, you can do Command K and you have a bunch of things that you can do right now. And you can actually switch between different teams by doing O and then like clicking the O letter and then the number of the account. So for example, 01, 02, 03, if you just want to switch between them. There's a couple of other things that I'll be adding, like I mentioned in the beginning. So right now you can only cross post to X. The goal is to be able to also get like information about it, and a couple of other platforms as well. And as soon as it's possible, I really want to add DMs or direct casts, because then it makes sense and you have everything centralized in a single place. So as soon as that's possible, that's one of the big things that I'd love to add. Apart from that, like analytics is still very early, but it gives you an overview of what's been happening. It's probably not sure if it's going to load. I hope so. But yeah, it gives you a little bit of an analysis, like a top cast, the number of followers in the last couple of weeks. But this is something that really needs some work. But most importantly, I'm just trying to figure out like if brands find it useful, how do they find it useful? But yeah, any feedback that everyone has, it's really appreciated.
How are you counting protocol followers? Are you doing your own filter? Are you using Farcaster's counts? How are you doing that?
Yeah, so this is based on Naynar's information, most of it, with a little bit of treatment on top of it. But it's based on Naynar's. Also, there's a slide. One other thing that I really want to add very soon is the ability to toggle or at least select the range of score that you want replies and mentions to appear. Right now, a score is set to, I think it's 0.5, if I'm not mistaken, on the Naynar score. That should be adjustable. So there's folks that want to lower that for more replies, or higher ones just to focus on particular people. So that's another thing coming up. But yeah, any feedback, really appreciate it.
This definitely feels like it's going to be perfect for brands. It really is. Like that's your target audience for sure. And it's been so challenging because there aren't tools like TweetDeck or anything like that work on Farcaster. So like this is, I think, a huge unlock for that aspect between the analytics, the sharing, the scheduling, all of that just feels very brand coded.
Totally. Tiago, can you talk a little bit about how you implemented the account authorization and whether, I think you're doing this through passkeys maybe, but I think one of the challenges early on in Farcaster with brands authorizing other people to use their account was having to like give away a seed phrase. And then all of a sudden, if you have a social media intern and you're giving them control of your account, they kind of have root access forever. And it was hard to, let's say they move on or you want to take the account back. So you own the account, you're authorizing other people. how does that work? And are you also kind of giving them permanent access forever? Are you still in control to revoke it? Can they kick you out? Just like, how should we think about that?
Yeah. So for you to be able to add a brand account, you need to have access to the account, right? And that's done through having, for example, the brand account on your mobile app, and then adding the account on the top left, like you saw. That will go through a flow that is, it will register a new key through Neinar, and then it will be available for you, and you'll be logged in as that brand account because you had access to the seed phrase, because that's the only way that you would get on the mobile app. From that point forward, and then there's a key generated, right, for you to be able to post on behalf of that account. And again, that is going through Neinar. Then within Bondes, you are able to delegate access by associating someone, an FID, to that specific account. And so that person is given access through Bondes and never access to the seed phrase. And you, as the person that added the brand account to Bondes, you're able to add or remove people because I know for a fact that you were the one that had the seed phrase in the first place. Nobody else that didn't have the seed phrase in the first place is able to add or remove people. So that's how it works.
Okay, so you kind of have your super admin profile, and
correct. Which you make sure that it's the one that had the seed phrase, because that's the only way to log in at this moment, which is through the QR code and having it on the Farcaster mobile app.
Very cool.
That's great. I was talking to, who was I talking to? Deodad, who at Dev Day, and I know Merkel's trying really hard to figure out how to make switching accounts even easier. And I was trying to demo Bondes because I was like, oh, it's really smooth within a web browser, just how easy it is to kind of go back and forth. And one of the things I said is, like, as someone who knows just enough about dev to understand some things, but I don't know intimately how passkeys work. And I very much understand the password kind of methodology. So to make that leap for me, and I understand seed phrases, whatnot, but anyway, so to make that leap I'm not comfortable exactly with how, like, what's happening with passkeys, but as a user, it's like freaking magic. I can't always tell. So I'm seeing a lot of, like, automatically logging into Coinbase using a passkey, or automatically logging into Neinar, but I'm not actually choosing which passkey, where are they stored. And I'm finding it myself, like, a little uncomfortable not knowing what actually I'm authorizing, or who's, like, kind of which entity is logging in, how it's being secured. But I will say, from a user perspective, it's so smooth. It's so smooth. And then I just kind of having trouble understanding what the risks are for account sharing, or how do I kind of lock down or manage accounts.
Right. Well, I think, like, at this moment, and this obviously is probably going to change as Farcaster evolves, but because you need to be logged in within the Farcaster mobile app to authorize something, regardless if it's Neinar or any other app, you can think about it, at least from my perspective, that everything boils down to the seed phrase or the passkey that unlocks the seed phrase within your Farcaster mobile app. Everything else is downstream from there, right? Regardless if it's Neinar or Bondes. Bondes, it's like a third step on the authorization process, right? Because you went from Farcaster to Neinar to then Bondes. But that's the first one, and then Bondes just simplifies the connection process, and finally, like, we can take advantage from whatever client is being built on top of Neinar.
Awesome. This is very cool. Like, I see so many use cases for this, but I think that especially where you have wallets built in now on the main client, that gives brands another reason why they wouldn't want necessarily to give full access to somebody who's working for them. You also have, like, this has been a problem with when I've talked to, when they were really going after creators. And I talked to, like, my friend who's a stand-up comedian who has very large accounts on other social platforms. Most of those accounts are managed by social media managers. So it was like, she's like, well, I need to be able to, she's like, I'll do stuff, but they also do stuff. And I needed to be able to share that. And there was no easy way to do that. And it was like, yeah, that's just one more piece of friction that's going to limit who's going to want to use the platform. So I think this unlocks a lot of very cool things. So the other thing, I don't cross post a lot because I feel like it's different audiences, except the GM Farcaster account, I could see cross posting more because, again, brand account, I am probably going to say the same things on both platforms, where personal account, I might take a different approach. So yeah, interesting.
Yeah, for sure. Cool. Well, thank you so much for having me. Bonds is a second iteration of like Feeds is a little bit more targeted for single player experience, for like a tweet deck-like experience. But Bonds is really targeted for brands, and I think that's the main distinction between two clients. And happy to be building, and feedback is always
good to see you.
Thank you. This is
one
fantastic.
Last question. What's the name Bonds mean? Like, what's the origin of the name?
Well, it's just stupid because right now nobody can pronounce it, and I feel like it's a terrible name again. But it was just like the way that you pronounce it in Portuguese, like bonds, and bonds, like the way that it's written is just the same. So I felt like it was a good name. Apparently, it's a terrible name, but I'm gonna keep
Is it like chemical bonds, like bonding, or people
bonding,
relationship,
yes.
like we're bonding? Yes. Okay,
exactly.
But
I don't think it's a bad name.
Listen, people are talking about. Honestly, sometimes when things are confusing, it gets people to talk. Everyone's saying, "Is it Bondes?
Bondes? It's just Bonds.
It's just Bonds.
It's just Bonds. You could definitely play off a little James Bond thing there.
If people want to sign up for beta access, are you taking more people?
Yeah, right now beta.bonds.xyz is open to everyone with a pro subscription. And
I love all the pro benefits.
I do too. I mean, I think it makes it easy for the devs to get to select an early audience, like start here and then work out, so that you can figure out. And also the people on pro tend to be the really good early adopters who will give you good feedback. So
exactly.
Or they're Warplet airdrop farmers. Who only bought pro for 1 month to mint a Warplet. Okay.
Yeah, don't worry about that. Don't worry about them.
By the way, if you sign up, if you have a pro subscription and then you want to add another account, if it's a brand account, etc., it doesn't need to add pro. Okay, so if you want to add a second account, completely fine.
Oh, that's really good, because I did do that with the cast out account. I only bought pro for a month. It's like, this one really doesn't need it, but I needed the Warplet. So that's good to know. That's good to know. We can add that one there. Very cool. Anything else that we didn't talk about that you wanted to mention? Are you going to be going to DevConnect, for example?
I am not. I am at home, at least for the next couple of months, doing that work. We had me and Ivy had twins, so we're staying here and enjoying for a little bit. Probably next year, start going out again. Right now,
how old are they?
So they're almost 4 months, but they spent almost 3 months at the hospital. So we're only enjoying now being true parents at this point. But it's been wonderful. It's been wonderful.
Amazing. Well, good luck with that. I remember those days, but it was a long time ago. So, and I only had one. So I can't even imagine the two. I can't imagine the two at the same time. I would lose it. So yeah, they say they only give you as much as you can handle, and that was all I could handle. So there you go. Well, thanks so much for taking the time to join us today and chat about this. And we'll let you get back to the kiddos so we can hear in the background. Or
thank you.
Probably ready to eat or something. No,
yes,
not at all.
Are.
We love like baby noises, dogs barking. It's all good. It's all fine. We love all that. No worries. Thanks so much for popping in. I'm going to be using Bonds a lot more now. I feel like I have a better idea of what all the different features are. So thank you so much for doing that.
Thank you so much.
Thanks so much. Yeah. Bye-bye.
Congrats. Bye, Tiago.
Bye, Tiago. Amazing guest. I agree. Yeah. Thanks all. Agreed. That was great. I definitely need to use it more. I looked at it really quickly and then I didn't dive in, and I'm like, I need to be using this especially for GM Farcaster. Like, I need to.
Yeah.
And there's times when I do cross post, like I'll take what I did and put it over on Twitter, but most of the time I don't. So
I will say, right. I mean, this goes, anything launching new requires some friction to try it.
Right.
It's like, oh, got to try it. Got to set up an account. Got to open up like,
but that was really easy.
Your brain is really wired. Your brain is really wired to not want to change things once you create a habit. We talked about this with like why people aren't posting. Right. If you're on Farcaster, why are you not posting the base app and trying there?
Right.
And everyone's like, I don't like it. As you can't even judge if something's better or not because it's different, and your brain's like, I don't want to do it.
I think you're right. I think that's big because this is like, I mean, when I think about this and I'm like, this solves so many problems. I'm like, why have they been so hesitant? Why haven't I done this sooner? Is my thinking. I'm like, it's.
Did I tell you? I think I might have even said this on air already. But did I tell you my husband and I moved our trash can from underneath my sink to his sink?
No.
Okay, like the littlest thing. Long story, and it took weeks for us to open like the cabinet underneath his to throw, like weeks. And I just kept saying, I'm like, okay, this is your brain fighting change. And I was like, I actually think it's good to just like cause chaos in your life. Like you got to keep these neurons flexible. Anyway, all of this to say, Bondes is not a Farcaster client in terms of like what you expect. Like it's not a feed. It's not it doesn't replace Farcaster. It doesn't replace Base App. It doesn't replace Zapper. It doesn't replace Uno. It's something completely different. Yeah. So as soon as I opened it up, I was like, what am I even looking at? What am I looking at? It was like, it looks like Gmail. It looks, and confused. By the way, my background is not in marketing. I'm not in brands. I'm not in social media. So it wasn't even something I could map back to something I knew already.
To like a tweet deck or something like that. Didn't even cross your mind. Okay.
Yes.
Yeah.
Not even. So I was like, I don't even know what I'm looking at first. It took, and as soon as I clicked around for a little bit, I was like, oh, this is really useful. Yeah. This is better than the alternative.
This is a tool. I don't even think it should be called a client. It feels like it should be called a tool.
It's a tool. Yeah, it's
a Farcaster tool because it's client-esque or client adjacent, but it's going to throw people. I think you're right. It's going to throw people off of like, what am I looking at? This doesn't feel like a client per se. And I think that's a great thing. Like it's incredibly useful to a certain subset of audience that if you think that Farcaster is going to grow and Base is going to grow and all this thing, there'll be more of that audience that needs a tool like this. So yeah, very cool.
So I do feel like, especially because you and I share the account,
right?
So and same on Twitter. So I do feel like we should be using it.
Yeah,
it's good.
Absolutely. And the scheduling thing, even just like stupid things like I should be scheduling the cast out stuff that I was doing live on air yesterday. You know what I mean? And like when we're launching the thing, it's like if I just scheduled it, it would be there when I need, it was like funny.
Right. So, and Yes to Crypto was asking about like, hey, it'd be good to know when's the next show. It's like, well, we know that on Monday, but it's kind of a pain to like load it into the app or do. Yeah. But it's like, right, you could just put that in a cast, schedule it, pin it. Anyway, we'll play with it.
Anyway, we're gonna play with that. I think it's gonna be very useful for us.
Tiago he's very talented dev. He's a really good shipper. So
good, like it definitely feels good. And it was a very easy sign in. Like to your point of like it's friction. You have to go set up a new account. I just did it on air. Like 2 seconds to log in.
By the way, there's some conversation about what I said about using the Base app. And people kind of, I think the algorithm, and we say, and I agree too, it's like a different algorithm. It's possible the more you use it, the more you train the algorithm for what you like.
Right.
Yeah. Granted, they have your on-chain, or I'd say, on Snapchain actions, like they know what you like, but it doesn't start, they may not be training. They might be getting other signals if you're using it. So
is on Snapchain hyphenated? I might accept a hyphen there.
On Snapchain, I don't know.
And that's a really good point that your algo might change, but also I think they were very aware of that too, and we're still working on that. So it's a work in progress.
Yeah.
I noticed that mostly
we have an
in the
area
video
tomorrow.
Feed. Oh, that's right. So I noticed in the video feed that was where I saw a lot of slop and things that didn't I didn't know why I was seeing it. Like it didn't fit with anybody I was following, all that kind of stuff. But I've noticed that the regular feed feels better to me now. Like it does seem to hit the people that I should be seeing. So
yeah.
And yes, we have an Ari on. It'll be so we can ask her.
And note to self, I want to add, we should ask her about kind of spam, like their approach for
what are they doing? Yeah.
Spam and what does Jeff call it? Coordinated and authentic, coordinated and authentic activity.
Yeah. Activity. Yeah.
Yeah.
In other words, you're just blah, blah, blahing to people back and forth because you're trying to up your rewards, leaderboard stuff. Yeah. Yeah. It'll be interesting to see what removing the leaderboard from Farcaster does for base. And I don't know if that'll be good or bad.
Did anyone see Dan say they're going to do a different experiment? They're pivoting.
Yes.
So we don't know what that is.
Oh, everyone just
assumes. No, you do not. Everyone just
assumes
it's a trading leader. Well, okay, so you're saying 100% it's a trading leaderboard?
No, I don't. It's going to be something to do with trading. I don't necessarily think it's even a leaderboard. It could be more incentives. It could be, I don't know what, but it's definitely trading based because based on their priorities right now, it's the only thing that makes sense. Okay. It's trading and wallet based. Has to be. If it's something else, I'll be shocked because it won't make sense with their goals.
I heard they wanted to fund.
She doesn't work for she does not work for Farcaster anymore. Didn't Ted post about this? Yes, she did, but she does not work. She works for Privy. She knows nothing anymore.
Yes, we all work for Farcaster. We speak on behalf of Farcaster all the time.
We have no authority to do so.
Some people think we work for Farcaster. By the way, I heard they were going to start funding podcasts.
Oh, you did?
Yeah. Like they were going to take $1 million of the creator rewards and fund quality podcasts. It's just what I heard.
I have to shout out this. That was good. So she is not privy. Correct. She is not privy to that information. Well done. Well done. Well done, Aqueous. We have to give that a shout out. That was good.
I did ask Dan. He said they're going to try something new with rewards.
Yeah.
I did ask him if he wanted to leak any information to the press.
And he did not. He did not. I'm guessing he did not, or we would have leaked it. Okay. I assume it has to be trading. It has to be wallet related. It has to be trading related. It's the only thing that makes sense. Like if for the goals that they are now heading towards. So I expect that's what it's going to be in some form. I also would expect to see trading, it would be smart to do some trading competitions and things like that around Clanker. So I don't know if they're planning that, if they're thinking in those terms, but that's something that also can work well in terms of driving attention. So I assume that's what we're going to see. We'll see. We'll see.
Well,
maybe
we shall see. We are still a social network, and
we'll just start funding podcasts, and we'd love to be a part of that.
I will say, to speak to all the people out there who feel like being left out. Can we do a little
go ahead. Yes.
So for all the people who feel like, oh, Farcaster's not for me anymore because I'm just a lowly content creator, fear not. It is a social network that is built on content. If your content was valuable yesterday, it is still valuable today. We knew, listen, the Farcaster rewards we knew was an incentive. Yes. It wasn't coming from money doesn't magically appear unless you are creating something that someone wants to pay you for. That is it. So if you are, and we know where Farcaster's money comes from. It comes from venture. It comes from VCs speculating on that Farcaster is going to build a product, a platform and ecosystem and product that is valuable and self-sustaining.
Yeah.
And
we want that. We want them to find the sustainability of all of this. So I want them to experiment.
But look on any other platform, like your content. Oh, listen to Jesse. Oh my God, I'm going to channel my inner Jesse. Your content is valuable.
Your content is valuable.
Your content is valuable. It's just you as creators haven't been able to capture that value. Aren't you lucky? I can't believe you have this. I'm so excited you have this.
You realize I have this handy and ready to go at all times.
Anyway, this is it. You are as a person, as a content creator, your worth is not what Merkle deems your worth to be and what they are paying out. You are good enough. You are smart enough. People like you. You have gosh darn it, you have worth beyond what Merkle deems your weekly reward to be.
It's all good. Yes.
And I casted this, but like there was a time when Merkle only cared about devs. Like, remember when we first joined early,
absolutely.
like late 22, it was all devs.
Yeah.
And we joined because like it was just a group chat. It was a fun group chat. We didn't cast because we were being paid. Yeah. It was like, oh, this is like just intrinsically an interesting place to be. But it was all devs, right? There were dev calls.
All the focus. Yeah. It was funny because somebody, I think it was Oxen, somebody posted about like, oh, they've been 3 years working on creators. And I'm like, no. Oh, it was Basil. It was Basil. I'm like, no. They haven't. Like the past year.
And do you remember the meta then
with it, but that's it. Yeah.
Farcaster hates artists.
Yeah.
Remember? It was, by the way, we haven't had the artist arc yet.
I know we really haven't. We've had moments where particular art pops off, but not artists.
But not driven by Merkle. Merkle has
And it won't.
You never know. But either way, like it was just like it was all devs and everyone complained, like, why not me? Then it was like creators. Let it be traders now. And every wave, people stick around. Like, I can't wait for the artist arc.
Yeah.
I know. It's don't hold your breath.
Yeah. That will be the time.
Okay, but stop trying to be a top 10 leaderboard, people. There is no leaderboard.
There is no leaderboard.
Leaderboard. I love you.
I love you. Yeah. Who's onboarding people? Nobody. That was the content part of it all. And I'm sure that somebody reached out to him at some point, but no. And I think and this comes down to, and Dan's talked about this a lot over the years, if you have a large audience somewhere else, you are less likely to go somewhere new. You just are. So that's why you had the mid to smaller folks who were on crypto Twitter, who were, doing their thing, make that move without really thinking too much about it, and maybe found some success and became sort of the, Farcaster famous, if you will, because the larger ones weren't going to do that because they just have too much time invested in other platforms. So, and also part of what we just talked about, the cross posting, things like that. So tools like Bonds makes that a lot easier and more possible. But yeah, I'm interested to see what the next experiment is. I'm interested to see what that impact is on the timeline and how the feel is. I'm a little nervous about that, but also like willing to, we just got to let the experiment play out, see what's what. There we go. All right. Anything else, Adrienne, before we call it?
I just will double.
One more thing. Yeah, go ahead.
I will just double click on what you said in terms of I think for people who've been on Farcaster for a long time, I'm going to call back to TLDR's cast. I think we have a little bit of fear for what it means to attract traders, because so much of the culture built on Farcaster has been kind of builder focused.
Yeah.
Not extractive, not grifting, not overly shilly, though a little guilty of that at times. And I think the concern of but I don't know. My hope is we've built enough of a foundation that traders can coexist in a,
I hope so too.
I don't know. But Jesse casted about base being base is was it for builders, for creators or something, or for traders?
For traders, yeah.
Or long-term builders, something traders. And I forget who said this, but someone's like, oh, I've never heard the term long-term trader before. I'm not familiar with this term. What does that mean?
What does that even mean? You're not a trader. That's a collector.
Touché.
That's a collector. That's a hodler.
Investor.
Investor. Traders. Traders like to flip.
Long-term traders a little interesting. Yeah. But it's interesting. Listen, all I'll say is I'm here for the next phase. Bring on growth and try things and go for it. So yes, I'm excited AF for the next arc.
Yeah, I'm excited to see what it is. I think there's, we're always optimistically Optimistic, but cautiously optimistic, I guess is the word. Yeah. Did you see that? I hope Dijon Communist saw that. The Stuart Smalley reference. His family member. All right.
Maybe
I can help with trading. I mean, yes to crypto. This is your moment. Like, I expect you to be at the top of these freaking leaderboards. And if you're not, like, I'm going to be upset. All right. This is one last thing. Today, we do have our cast out edition that will be coming up at noon. And we'll announce the winner of this challenge, our second challenge, which was an emerge challenge. So they had to create a workflow, and the most generations of that workflow, that tribe will win immunity. And then another tribe will be voted out. So we'll announce who was voted out, give the rundown, and then we're going to jump right into trivia at 12:30. So couple things going on today. And you can now check out all of the workflows in this little thread that is pinned in the Cast Out channel. If you scroll down, you'll see all the different ones, and you'll see my variations as well, my iterations there in there. And you can check them out and mint the ones that you like. They're all really good and very different from each other. So I really have enjoyed this challenge. It's been a lot of fun.
I'm not sure if I have done all of mine yet, but
I don't think you have.
Check. I've done. Yeah. I missed dumpling, but I did that this morning. I have to.
You did you do the? You did the Christmas one.
I did the Christmas one. Yeah.
You did the Guy Fawkes one, which was frightening. I mean, that one was crazy. I did.
I guess I did them all. How many tribes do we have?
7,
2, 3, 4, 5.
You might have
6, 7. I did them all.
Yeah. The dim sum. Yeah, they're very cute. Like, some of them are very cute. Some of them are very just beautiful, like the way they've come out. So it's been fun. The Christmas one is really cute. I love this. Like, I could see myself using this for my PFP during the holidays. Very cute.
Oh, that is cute. You should put that on a sweater.
Look at this little dog. It's adorable.
It's a reindeer dog.
I know, it's a reindeer dog. It's adorable. So anyway, they're really, really well done. I loved the all of them were so good, but I loved the movie poster one as well. That was very creative. So they've been really fun to look at. Look at that. The slice of life. Every bite tells a story. It's just funny. Like, it's really funny. So there's a really good creativity in here. I've enjoyed this one. Go check them out. And then also register for trivia if you want to play. We're going to be on doing trivia at 12:30, and it's Farcaster trivia and trivia about our sponsors. So there's your hint. Go take a look at our sponsors. Make sure you check their accounts, have an idea of what they've been up to. And that is, by the way, our sponsors for Cast Out are Clanker, Splits, Aptos, and Purple. So there you go. It's generations. We couldn't get access to unique users. So we had to do generations.
Oh.
So
yeah, what about the people who were double minting and triple minting and centi minting and milliminting?
We're going to do generations of it. So hopefully, yeah. I tried to get access to unique users, and it was going to be complicated. So we couldn't do it in an easy, permissionless way. So there we go. So it's going to be the generations that are done. And yeah, there you go. All right. Anything else, Adrienne, before we call it? We'll be back at noon. So
back at noon.
Oh,
tomorrow.
The challenge ends at 11. So if you've got like a little over an hour, if you haven't checked these out, go to the pin cast and the Cast Out channel and get to minting. And if so, we're going to let the tribes know at 11 who won, who has immunity, and get their vote for who's getting voted out. And we'll be back at noon. And then tomorrow we're back on at 11:30. No. What time are we on? 11:30?
Oh, no, 12. 12 for Cast Out.
She's coming out after.
And Mary's jumping at 12:30. So we're doing a base app deep dive at 12:30. Friday morning show where we're doing news, Cast Out, and A-Town.
Yeah, we're just doing a Cast Out update.
Early enough so that someone can catch a flight.
Yes, we're doing that. That's exactly what's happening. So A-Town, who is the creator of Emerge, will be with us on Friday to talk about this and talk about all your
He's awesome. He also gave a lightning talk at Dev Day, a Farcaster Dev Day. So I'm psyched.
I forgot to pull up base batches. We'll talk about that tomorrow with Aniri.
Yeah.
We didn't announce that, but A-Town was one of the ones. Toady and NetNose, congratulations from Betterment. So a bunch of folks that we know, Cody Game. So a bunch of folks that we know are made it into base batches, which is a big grant opportunity for them, as well as opportunity to pitch to some other investors. So they'll be heading to DevConnect for that. So very cool. So congratulations. And we'll talk more to A-Town about that and that process on Friday. We'll talk to Aniri tomorrow about it as well. So,
awesome.
Very cool.
And by the way, I know we're done the show and you have to go probably produce Cast Out. I have so much to say about this. So I don't know if we have to just put a pin in this, but there's a lot of people wanting to keep the leaderboard.
Yes.
And I think it's a very bad idea. And I haven't, I'll take it to the feed.
Okay.
I'll take it to the feed.
Okay. I'm curious to see your discussion of that. Take it to the feed. Let's talk about it tomorrow. I have thoughts. Mine involve like a little bit of randomness. So it's not all about grinding. Was my initial thought, but let's talk about it more tomorrow. I'll be looking forward to reading your thoughts. And with that, everyone, we'll see you at noon if you're coming back for Cast Out. And until then, or we'll see you tomorrow, either way. And until then, bye-bye. Thanks for joining us for this episode of GM Farcaster. And thank you to all our partners and HyperSub supporters bringing this episode to you. Follow the GM Farcaster channel for all the latest updates and add our mini app on Farcaster and the base app. Until next time, bye-bye.